spiritual preparedness before World War III. What does it mean to place emphasis on your spiritual preparedness before World War III? To me, at the top of the list, doing the things that you need to do to evolve as a soul. So if you need to head up to the mountain, you know what mountain to head up to. You see, I'm not the person to bring you the answer as to what mountain you should go up to. I think the best bit of advice I can give you along preparedness lines, other than the physical stuff, which you can learn from a lot of other people. You need to come into an awareness as to what you're doing here on the earth. And a lot of people think that it's all right for them to target other people. And I come back to this time and time again because a lot of people out there are doing themselves harm. And they can make things a lot easier for themselves if they really understood what it meant to let go and let God. If they understood the harm that came with bearing false witness against their neighbor. So, I have a trust in something greater than myself, and I'm able to turn it over each and every day, not knowing the hour or the day in which the grid goes out, but I believe that we have some time to prepare, and we should be grateful. I think often about Portland because I'm grateful that I'm no longer there, and I think about the memories, though, of myself hiking in some of these areas, inside the city, outside the city, and it felt so out of reach. The idea of having my own land and the idea of being able to exist outside of Portland. And it was really just a few years ago in which I wasn't even able to afford internet when I was staying in Costilla County the first time. I always had to travel into town. So, I cut my teeth, if you will, early on. It didn't come easy. The experience that I have now, finding this part of the country and feeling secure in this part of the country and just allowing whatever is going to be. Potential harm, potential other dangers, if that's how things are going to go down. But I wasn't led here by accident. And I wasn't spared by accident. I look back at the time in which I was in a car accident in the year 2000. And the collision, if you will, could have been a lot messier. Instead of blackberries splattering their red fruit substance all over the hood of the 1979 Honda hatchback, that could have been my blood. Why was I spared? What was the true intention behind it? Could it be that I had work to do? Here I am reflecting on that moment 17 years later. What about the time that I was going down the hill in 2013 in New Mexico, when the brakes were so bad that they failed to stop the car from going down the hill? So I turned the wheel and I ended up in the ditch, no longer flying down the hill. And less than a minute later, somebody driving up that road with a truck who helped me, pulled me up to his place. Little damage to the car. We weren't able to fix the brakes, but I was back on the road again. Filled the tires back up with the air. He had all the equipment he needed right in his garage. Why was I spared in that case? And to also have some of the other experiences as a young person, got in some trouble, but to get out of that trouble much earlier than a lot of other people that go down those roads. And so by the time that I was 24, I was on the path that I recognized to be my own, that I was meant to be on. And here I am at the age of 37, knowing why there are so few people of Middle Eastern descent in the truth movement. It's the fear. And realizing that I've actually overcome a lot of things that a lot of other people have not overcome. including a lot of people that live in fear that aren't even racial targets, that live in this country, that aren't even speaking out against anything. They're just afraid simply because they're Americans, period. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for the people that aren't even racial minorities, that are afraid, that aren't even truth seekers or presenters. They haven't even put themselves out there. And I realize where their fear comes from. And it's a real lack of security. It's a real lack of a sense of real connection to the Creator. And the fear that they live in is one of the reasons why that connection to the Creator is severed. They're afraid of being persecuted for their actions. That's also why you see more women in the porn industry than the truth movement. It's the fear. It's the lack of support. And it hurts sometimes, I'm going to be, I'm 37 now. I guess I'll be 38 next year. And it's like, really? Am I really going to go this entire life alone? And that seems that's part of the package deal. Alex Ansary returned to Earth, task to fulfill. Many people will watch your content. Few will be close to your heart. But I realize there's something greater beyond this timeline. And beyond this finite self-pity matrix that we're taught. I think we need to have a certain amount of things in this lifetime. This is one experience of many. So I openly think about the world beyond this one, which I believe it is my destiny to live within. And the idea of family, an idea of living in a world without wars and rumors of war. But in order to get to that place, there's things to do in this lifetime. And the reason I'm still around is because there's still greater work to do, even though just the threat and danger is just so great. They can disappear us at any time. An asteroid could fall through the sky at any time. Then so be it. And so be it. As I said before in other videos, if I can jump into a volcano to say stop the bloodshed in Afghanistan or rescue those people in some way, I would. But it's not set up for me to do that. I don't have to sacrifice myself. But have I chosen to sacrifice the pleasures of the flesh in order to serve a greater good? I have. And so for that I'm satisfied spiritually. And I know that I would move on to a better place if I was to exit this plane of reality. So with that, those conclude my thoughts for the afternoon. Walking up a trail here in Southwest Colorado, March 10th, 2017.